Also pretty well known in the Elgin area about Hemmens Cultural Center. After 12 years, the city of Elgin and the Hemmens Cultural Center are kicking off their first full presenting season in style. Now, this is a beautiful story that encompasses rich culture and innovation, and also a strong will and heart too. It's a magical, history-rich journey that you don't want to forget about. And we want to welcome here to the station, calling through the phone lines here, Chio Cabrera, who is bringing her mesmerizing original work, Juana and the Missing Mayan Book, to the Hemmens stage. Thanks so much for joining us today. How are you doing this morning?
Hi, thank you so much, Matt. I'm doing great. I'm so excited to talk about this production.
Absolutely. So your name is Chio Cabrera, and you are a storyteller, and you offer this really amazing story that you wrote yourself. Tell us a little bit on the start of this path to this journey of the story, and then we'll go into what the story is about.
Of course. So, Juana and the Missing Mayan Book is a magical realism tale about a little 9-year-old Mayan girl and her journey to rescue and uncover one of the missing Mayan books. And this play is set in 1600s. So it's a historical piece, but it's full of magical realism. Animals in the jungle are coming to life to aid her. The strength of her family inspires her to go out and search for this book. And so I started writing this play after I visited a historical site in the south of Mexico called Chichen Itza. It's one of the oldest Mayan temples and pyramids that is alive, that's still around today. And while I was there, I was looking at all the artifacts and I was learning a lot. And I said, this is an incredible piece of our history as Americans that I said I needed to tell the story to more people. And from there, I embarked on a big research journey. And I am a theater artist, I story tell, particularly through puppets. And I thought that would be the best medium to tell this story.
That's fantastic. Now, the show does follow 9-year-old Juana's journey to protect her Mayan heritage. What do you think makes this story really resonate with today's audiences, especially families and young people?
That's a great question. I strongly believe that Juana's story, although she is Mayan, can resonate to any child today and any family member. We all have a history that is worth learning about and preserving. And I noticed that youth have a harder time connecting to their histories if they don't have a lot of information about it. Mm-hmm. And so this piece tells children about history that could belong to them. So, for example, the medium through which a child can learn about their history in this story is through books and through research. Mm-hmm. And so that's what really we are encouraging all families to do after they see this play. They will have a conversation with their family about, like, what's my history like? Where do my ancestors come from? Mm-hmm. And that is going to tip off wonderful conversations that people can ask their research. We really concentrate on, and that is where this exploration will really kick off for a family.
Well, as someone who loves family history and digging in and research, I'm excited to interview you here today. I'm so glad you were able to come on the air because I was doing some research here and I found this article and I was like, this is definitely something that would resonate with me in the fact of trying to search for history and where did the ancestors come from. And I'm so passionate about family history too. So I think that this is a great opportunity. How does this production help highlight cultural diversity and heritage within the Elgin Arts programming?
That's a great question. So this particular play is a Mayan story, And Mayans are are more typically seen in the south of Mexico, all the way down until about Peru. So this is a long, long time ago that we like saw the reign of the Mayan Empire expand over what are now these countries like Mexico and Peru and El Salvador and Guatemala. But actually, the Mayans are an indigenous group of the Americas, much like the Aztecs in northern Mexico, in the Kickapoo here, and Potawatomi. So I'm really making a connection to our indigenous ancestors and of the Americas. And something that I learned a lot in my research is that these different diverse groups, tribes, nations, they were all in trade with each other and they all communicated with each other. And we see that, for example, if obsidian was mined in the south of Mexico and we find traces of obsidian in North America, up in the Illinois region, then we know that there was a trade route there. And so by doing this research, we learned that diversity means a true connection and cultural exchange.
Mhm.
That means that we trade together, we talk together, and we share culture. So this play will help celebrate that diversity because we share the knowledge that to be a diverse group means we have to live in community with each other. We have to learn from each other and exchange not just like our items that we farm and minerals, but also our culture, our stories, our songs, and our families.
Absolutely. I definitely feel that, especially in the arts and entertainment side of things, with the world we live in and of uncertainty, we're hearing a lot of voices speaking out, and they're portraying their stories in the forms of plays and musicals and drawings and in arts. And it's always been going on, but we're definitely seeing a more blooming shift in this as well, too. So tell us a little bit on some of the techniques that you use in this performance to help to portray and live out that historical and emotional storytelling.
Thank you. I love that question. That question allows me to talk about puppetry. Uh, this play has a lot of puppetry elements in it, which I think that puppetry is the most powerful tool to communicate across cultures because puppets speak their own language. You don't necessarily need to know one language over the other. You can really see that puppets, the movements, the form, and the emotion that people give when animating an object, that is a powerful tool that our imagination taps into. And that's something that is cross cultural. And so I incorporate a lot of elements of puppetry to show the beauty of particularly a lot of animals in this Mayan region. But also, we do have music, a lot of historically accurate props that, as a history buff, I love showing people like this is actually what a codex looks like. This is some of the language that was used in this time. This is fruit and food that's actually native to this region. Having those real historical elements in a fantastical realism world help communicate to the audience. It helps immerse them. Actually, that's the best word. This immersion of music and puppetry and accurate costumes is a great avenue for people to really just start to imagine how life was so different and also how life is very similar today.
Yeah, and that's so important too to keep that history rich and to keep it alive too. I think that with the level of social media we have, it can keep us connected, but it can also keep us kind of distance from each other too. So it's important to come together, and what a beautiful way to do it with an art expression as this too. And again with puppetry as well, we don't see a whole ton of that. I feel like it's starting to become something that's a little bit more on the rise now. But I think that it's a really great way to encompass the voice and the spirit and the visual aspect of everything put together within storytelling. And I think that this is definitely going to be a really exciting play and performance to see because it comes from history and also comes from the heart as well too.
Absolutely. I could rave all day about puppetry, but I think once someone sees a great puppet, especially we have, I don't want to do any spoilers, but there are beautiful birds, a snake, and even a jaguar in this piece. Um, Seeing the power of that animal is really impressive and helps us, look at our own world differently.
Mhm.
And what you said about social media is true. It kind of does lead to a sense of disconnection to reality, but
Mhm.
things that are live in person, made out of art materials, cardboard, wood, paint, and glue, those objects resonate with us. It's
Mhm.
tangible, and it really speaks to our imagination.
Absolutely. I think that that is it's fantastic, and I know that this is going to be a really great performance. Have you received any feedback from folks out there, some of your family members or maybe colleagues, even though it hasn't been officially on the stage yet? Performance. I know it's coming up in September 19th. But have you received any feedback from folks out there?
Yes, Juana and the Missing Mayan Book is extremely popular. Every when I've had chances to show it and workshop it amongst different theaters, I actually first developed this piece through a residency at Arts and Public Life at the Greenland Performing Arts Center. Um, that was in Chicago, Illinois, and that was the first time I did that, the first time I showed Juana, and since then, Juana has gone through many iterations and many workshops. And my favorite workshop that I did with Juana is I presented it to a group of children at the beginning of a summer, and then we worked on it the whole summer together, and we rewrote it to show. Um, we rewrote it with the children's feedback in mind, um, and so that changed the script a lot. I mean, I love the history, but the kids were like, "We need more action.
Hmm.
we need we need a fight scene." And I there's this one line in the play where Juana tries to buy chocolate, but someone interrupts that conversation, and the story progresses. And the children after the play, some of their feedback was, "Does Juana ever get that chocolate?" And so the children are the best critics, and so this version of Juana has been tried and tested by kids, and they love it. This is what they want to see on stage, and it still preserves all of the historical elements that are important for them to know about different cultures.
Absolutely. I want to thank you so much for coming on the air today and speaking with us about this beautiful performance here. I'm looking at some of the pictures here on some different websites, and I'm in awe at the beauty of everything that goes into it. The lighting, the color, of course, the puppetry as well too. And I think that even just looking at it, it uh, invokes people. It excites. I think it would excite people to come see this performance because it's so unique in and of itself. And then, of course, the story that goes with it, the foundational story, is also extremely inspiring as well too. What do you hope folks can get out of this performance, if anything?
I without too many spoilers, I keep talking about history,
Mhm.
but this book does a great, I mean, the story does a great job at encouraging us, the audience, us children and families, to make our own history,
Mhm.
to write our future. And so, although this piece is set in the past, in the 1600s, it actually reminds us that even if our books are missing and our history is missing, the decisions that we make shape the future
Mhm.
and will create history. And so I think audiences will really love that empowering messaging that the things we do today will change the world.
Yes.
Just like the actions that someone took a long time ago has changed our reality, we have the power to imagine a new future and to write down our own stories. That is the biggest takeaway I want audience to have.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that for sure. We're all part of history and making history. Even the little things we do can create an immense domino effect, even if we aren't alive to see it as well. So I think that this is going to be an absolutely spectacular performance, and we're excited to be seeing it. Folks, it's coming up Friday, September 19th, and it will be at the Hemmens Cultural Center. How can people find more information about getting tickets for this performance?
Thank you. You can find tickets at the Hemmens Cultural Center's website. There, you'll find tickets for the September 19th show, Friday at 7 p.m. I'm very excited to welcome you to see this performance.
I love it. Well, again, thank you so much for calling in today. And we'll definitely be continuing to pass the message along for this fantastic performance. Nothing beats, of course, actually going to the performance. And we're excited for it too. So thank you again so much for joining us today. And best of luck to you as well.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right.
Bye.
You too. Bye bye now. All right. Thanks again to our guest, Chio Cabrera, for coming onto the air with us today to discuss her mesmerizing original work. Now, folks, if you haven't seen some pictures online yet, oh my goodness, it is absolutely beautiful and stunning. The styles of artwork that are incorporated into the story, even the visual aspect of it, is beautiful. But also keep in mind, too, not just to focus just on the visual aspect of it, but also the storytelling of it too. What is going into this story here? And I want to read to you just of a little bit of a gist on what is to be expected in the story without giving any spoilers. But you can step into the story of Juana, a fearless 9-year-old determined to protect the last treasures of her people. Set against the backdrop of the Spanish invasion of what is now Yucatán, Mexico, this breathtaking tale blends mythology, history, and hope into a performance that will enchant audiences of all ages. Poetry comes to life, nature takes the spotlight, and the power of courage shines through in a show like no other. So, very fantastic. And if you want to check out more information, you can. There are many different websites you can go to. There's some pictures that you can find, loopchicago.com. And again, it is coming right here to the downtown Elgin area. That is at the Hemmens Cultural Center. You can also check out Chio Cabrera on her website. That's chiocabrera.com. That's ChioCabrera.com for more information. And the first thing that comes up is that beautiful image of the puppetry and that story of Juana. So if you want to check it out too, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. And you can even see some of the other projects that she also has worked on as well too. I mean, lots of different theater performances that do embark on that journey of storytelling, which is so important in the world of art. And so if you want to view more information on that, please feel free to check out that website. That is chiocabrera.com for more information. Again, those tickets are available online. So if you'd like to take a look at that, you can find them. You can buy tickets. They're at the Hemmens Cultural Center's website, which is linked to the elginil.gov website too. General admission seating right now, it looks like it is at $16.50 for the online there. And that's Friday, September 19th is when this is coming up, and it's going to be at 7 p.m. So that's at 7 p.m. So The adult admission is $16.50 on the web. You'll be able to get them. General admission seating at the door at $15. All-in pricing, again, is also there, too. In person is $15. It's $16.50 plus a $3 transaction fee per order online. If you do order your tickets via phone, it's $15 plus a $6 transaction fee per order. So whatever you would like to do, feel free to do so, but check it out. That's Hemmens Cultural Center. That's on their website. And again, this is going to be a beautiful journey that you can experience. Prepare to be transported into a world where the ancient Mayan spirit battles against oppression. One girl, one journey, one book at the heart of it all. So check it out, coming up in September. That will be September 19th, about a month or so away from now. And that's on Friday with Chio Cabrera-Coz bringing her mesmerizing original work. That's Juana and the Missing Mayan Book. Thanks everyone for tuning in today. We're going to be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410. So stay tuned for more. We'll talk more about local happenings. We'll kind of go through a little bit on the National Day calendar, see what's in store for us there and what we can celebrate, recognize, and enjoy. Also part of history as well. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a bit.